Hey everyone, welcome back to my kitchen. So today we are going to Disney's Polynesian Village Resort, more specifically, Ohana. Now, if you haven't had the chance to dine at Ohana, you are definitely missing out on this Disney dining must-do. In the past, when we've been there for breakfast, we were served classic American fare, such as bacon, eggs, waffles, and fried potatoes. But best of all, we got to meet Lilo and Stitch, and of course, Mickey Mouse himself. Now, during our dinner experience, there were no characters, unfortunately, but in my opinion, the food made up for it. And we are very excited to find more Hawaiian-inspired offerings being served. Served family style, this all-you-care-to-enjoy experience brings giant skewers of sweet and sour chicken, shrimp, and steak directly to your table. But if I'm being completely honest, it's the giant bowls of stir-fried vegetables, dumplings, lo mein noodles, and chicken wings that really make us crave for a dinner at Ohana. Of course, we can't be there right now, but luckily the Tiki gods at Disney have given us a recipe to help us create some of that Ohana magic right in our own home. Today, we are going to be making the Honey-Coriander Chicken Wings, and I can't begin to tell you how excited I am for this. Now, this recipe you're going to find in the Chef Mickey cookbook, and you can also find it online. It was just recently pushed out again on the Disney Parks blog. Now, you're going to find that this recipe is a little ingredient heavy, but what I like about it is that it's so simple. There's really only 2 steps. We're basically just going to season our chicken, throw it in the oven, and then make a sauce, and we'll be done. So with that, let's get started. So the first thing we want to do is we want to preheat our oven. You don't want to skip this step because we're going to preheat our oven to 500 degrees. That is very hot. So depending on your oven, it may take a while to get to that temperature. So definitely do that first. I'm going to go ahead and take 2 rimmed baking sheets, and I've covered them with heavy-duty aluminum foil. This is really going to help minimize the mess, and it's going to make cleaning up a lot easier. And once you get your sheets lined with the foil, you're going to want to go ahead and spray them with some cooking oil. I'm actually just going to go ahead and spread some canola oil along the bottom. All right, with our baking sheets prepared, we can go ahead and start making our seasoning for the chicken. So we're going to go ahead and take a large bowl, and to this we're going to add 1 tablespoon of coarse salt. And as you can see, I have all my seasonings prepared, ready to go. So let's just go down the line here, and we're going to add 2 tablespoons of paprika, 2 tablespoons of sugar, half a teaspoon of freshly cracked black pepper, half a teaspoon of turmeric, half a teaspoon of ground cinnamon, and lastly, 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne pepper. With everything in there, we're going to go ahead and take a whisk and mix this all together. And then to all this seasoning, we're going to add 4 tablespoons of canola oil. And then we'll go ahead and whisk this together. And as you can see, it's sort of coming together like a paste-like consistency. All right, with our seasoning ready to go, we can go ahead and add our chicken. Now, today we are going to be using 4 pounds of chicken wings. You can also use drumettes. I've gone ahead and patted them dry, so I'm just going to dump them all in here and give them a good mix. I'm going to go ahead and give this a nice stir until all your chicken is evenly coated. As you can see, my bowl is probably not as large as it could be. If you have a really large bowl, this is going to make it a lot easier, but all things considering, this looks pretty good. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and evenly distribute our chicken wings onto our baking sheets. And don't be afraid to go ahead and use your hands. And with our chicken ready to go, we're going to go ahead and place that into our oven. Again, it has been preheated at 500 degrees with our racks positioned in the upper and lower thirds. We're going to let this bake for about 35 minutes, but we're going to rotate the pans and flip our chicken halfway through that. While our chicken is baking, we can go ahead and start making our wing sauce. And this is very, very easy. You just need a small saucepan, and we're gonna go ahead and combine all of our ingredients over medium-high heat. So to our saucepan, we're gonna go ahead and start with our liquids. I'm gonna go ahead and add half a cup of soy sauce, 3/4 a cup of water, 2 tablespoons of lime juice, 1 cup of honey. And then we can go ahead and start adding our spices. So here we've got 1 tablespoon of chili powder, half a teaspoon of ground ginger, and 1 tablespoon of ground coriander. And lastly, 2 tablespoons of cornstarch. This is gonna act as our thickening agent, and it's gonna give us a really good saucy consistency. Go ahead and mix this all together, and we're gonna bring this to a boil and let it thicken. It's gonna be about 5 minutes. I don't know if this is showing up on camera, but I can feel it. It is definitely thickening up. We're definitely getting that syrupy consistency. This is exactly what we want. I'm gonna go ahead and switch over to a spoon. It's a little bit easier to see the consistency. You can see it's glazing that spoon. That looks so good. After about 5 minutes, as you can see, we've got that really beautiful syrupy consistency. I'm gonna go ahead and remove it from the heat and let it cool for about 10 minutes. So it's been about 17 minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and remove the chicken from the oven, and I'm gonna turn over my chicken. This will ensure even baking. And when we return them to the oven, we're gonna go ahead and rotate the pans. So I went ahead and put my chicken back in the oven. Again, it's about 17 minutes more, and then these things are gonna be done, and we can toss them in our sauce, and we can eat. All right, it's been a full 30 minutes that these chicken wings have been cooking, so I'm gonna go ahead and remove them from the oven. So here we've got our chicken wings, fresh from the oven, and let's get our sauce. All right, so now's the fun part. We're just gonna go ahead and take our chicken, put it in a bowl, and we're gonna pour our sauce right on top and give it a good mix. All right, so I got about half of our chicken into this bowl. I'm gonna go ahead and add a little bit of our sauce to this. And then I'll go ahead and add the rest of the chicken. All right, and now with all my chicken in the bowl, I'm gonna go ahead and add more sauce. Now you don't have to add all of the sauce, because actually the recipe does tell you to reserve some of it so you can use it as dipping sauce. So I'm just gonna go, that looks pretty good. And then I'm gonna go ahead and mix it. I'm gonna use my spoon to mix it. Go ahead and mix these up real good. Man, this smells so good. And there you have the Honey-Coriander Chicken Wings from Ohana. These look so good. As you can see, we cooked them really, really well. I'm glad we only did these for 30 minutes. I feel like 5 more minutes, they probably would have really, really been burned. But right now, they've got just that nice little char. This is gonna be great. Wow. I could probably have a whole plate of these all to myself. These are so delicious. Like I said, we cooked them really well. They're nice and tender and juicy, and that sauce, man, it is so delicious. I can't wait for Steve to try this.
So this has smelled amazing. I thought perfect pairing would be a Mai Tai, so.
What a guy.
I know, I try. All right, so cheers.
Cheers.
I have to try this first.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
That's so good. Maybe this will be your next recipe?
Maybe so. All right, I'm gonna try this.
Okay.
I like the consistency of the sauce. It's actually sticking on it. Nothing worse than something that's like dripping off, so. Mm-hmm. Oh my.
They're so good. I'm gonna have another one.
Oh, it's so good. I love the sauce.
Yeah, it's really, really good.
The sweet, the spice, the kick. Wow. It's not your traditional hot wing, which I love. Mm-hmm. It's definitely like a regionalized, like Polynesian style flavor.
Yeah, I definitely think that coriander adds something to it that you don't usually get in a chicken wing, and it's awesome.
Yum. Is it yummy?
Is it good?
I'm all dirty.
Yeah,
Yeah, you get all dirty, but it's so good, isn't it? Is it worth it? Yummy.
Oh.
As you saw, this recipe was a huge hit for our family, and I think this is gonna be a recipe we're gonna do a lot moving forward. These are perfect for a summer barbecue, Super Bowl party. I mean, these things are so delicious, you could pretty much have them every day. But let us know in the comments below, will you be trying out the Honey-Coriander Chicken Wings? Give us a thumbs up if you like this video, and don't forget to subscribe. And from our magic family to yours, enjoy.